Hi there everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Zach, and amongst other things I am a reenactor and a jouster. Now today I wanted to talk about a problem that I come across quite often in reenactment circles. In fact, it's a mistake that I make a lot as well, and that is to be completely sure about what I know. Now the problem is that what tends to happen with reenactment and with anything is the amount you know and the amount you know changes over time. So when you first get into reenacting, you think you know an awful lot because you've read a couple of books, so you're all the way up here. But your actual knowledge is probably more like down here. And then, as you find out more, you realise, as your knowledge increases, that you actually know a lot less than you think you do. Now, if you go on researching for long enough, then hopefully you will bring these into relation quite a lot. But I don't think we'll ever know everything that we don't know. That's a difficult sentence, really. What do I mean by that? Well, when we're studying history, particularly when we're studying physical history, the things that people had and lived with, we're basically studying everything that is in that world. And to say that something is right or something is wrong is very, very difficult. You've got the black swan problem. It's very difficult to disprove a black swan. Obviously, if you see a black swan, it's easy to prove it. And we see this with armour all the time. So there are certain things that we know definitely were a thing in the medieval period. And these are, we have examples of original armours that exist. Okay, we can't debate those armours. They still exist to this day. We can see them in museums. Okay. Then we have the things that possibly existed. Things in art, for example. Now, one of the things that we hear an awful lot is, oh, artists might take artistic liberty. That is very, very possible. That argument comes out an awful lot. And I think we need to be really careful about that sort of thing, about denying that something existed just because we only have art or we only have a written account of it happening. So a really good example is an armour from the 16th century. Now it appears in this painting here. Now if you were to look at this cuirass just from the painting, I'm pretty sure that you would look at it and you would say, well, that's completely unfeasible. Why would anyone have an armour like that? The repousse work on it would catch a blade or would catch a lance, which would compromise the armour in its entirety. The helmet as well is so unfeasible. The bumps and the shapes on it would catch a sword blade. Why would anyone wear an armour like this? If it did exist, then it was probably a leather-made armour for tournament or for parade. It never would have existed in reality. Now that, if we just had that painting, that is exactly what most people would say, I'm pretty sure. But we actually have that armour. It still exists, and here's a picture of it now. We don't have all of it. It is a 16th century heroic armour from the Negroli workshops in Italy, and it's actually made of a reasonably high carbon steel, which suggests that if you wanted to, you could fight in this, and it would not have any problem stopping swords and blows like that. So this armour was a key point in me realising that actually a lot of the time I don't know what I'm talking about, and a lot of the assertions that I make could well be wrong. So we need to look at what we know and we need to make sure that we're not completely certain of what we know. New information comes up all the time, and historically there is so much ground that we could cover that saying one thing for sure is very, very difficult. So thank you very much for tuning in. I hope this interested you. This armour is absolutely amazing. There's a brilliant book, and I'll put a link to it down below in case you want to find out more about the Negroli workshops and their amazing armours that they made. Do leave a like if you like this. Please subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you in a future video. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.